Hello learners. Now in this section we shall study epigenin. Epigenin is a common dietary flavonoid that is abundantly present in many fruits, vegetables and Chinese medicinal herbs and serves multiple physiological functions such as strong anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial and antiviral activities and the blood pressure reduction. Therefore, epigenin has been used as a traditional medicine for centuries. Recently, epigenin has been widely investigated for its anti-cancer activities and low toxicity. Epigenin was reported to suppress various human cancers in vitro and in vivo by multiple biological effects such as triggering cell apoptosis and autophagy, inducing cell cycle arrest, suppressing cell migration and invasion and stimulating an immune response. So, now we shall be studying more about epigenin. Let us study the chemical and physical structure. Epigenin, chemically known as 4,5,7 trihydroxyflavone, is a natural product belonging to the flavone class, that is the aglycone of several naturally occurring glycosides with molecular formula C15H10O5 and molecular weight is 270.24. Now, sources of epigenin. Epigenin is abundantly present in common fruits such as grapefruit, plant derived beverages and vegetables such as parsley, onions, oranges, tea, maize, rice, wheat sprouts, chamomile and in some seasonings. Parsley and peppers are two major sources of flavones containing 13.5 to 6 milligram per 100 gram and 4.98 milligram per 100 gram respectively. Celery is also a good source of epigenin containing 108 milligram epigenin per kilo. One of the most common sources of epigenin consumed as single ingredient herbal tea is chamomile prepared from the dried flowers from Matricaria chamomilla. Other sources for epigenin include beverages such as wine and beer brewed from natural ingredients in natural sources like Chamomilla recutita. Epigenin is present as epigenin 7-O-glucoside and various other acylated derivatives. Now, metabolism and bioavailability of epigenin. On oral administration, epigenin reaches urine, feces, blood, kidney, intestine and liver. It reaches highest peak level at 1.1 and 3.9 hours after dosing. Like other flavonoids, epigenin is also subject to methylation, sulfation and glucuronidation, each of which affects its distribution and bioactivity. Epigenin is a substrate for glucuronidation by the urinidin 5-diphospho-glucuronyl transferase present in intestinal epithelial cells. Microbes along with some plant enzymes also play an important role in biotransformation of different flavonoid groups, exactly mimicking mammalian and plant metabolism at least in some cases. Flavonoids has poor bioavailability largely because of the metabolism via UDP glucuronosyl transferase, that is UGTs. Epigenin is metabolized more rapidly in intestine than in liver through the involvement in UGTs. Now, health benefits of epigenin. Several beneficial properties have been attributed to epigenin and its derivatives including antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-carcinogenic effects. Now let us study these effects. Now first is rheumatoid arthritis. Inflammatory cytokines produced by fibroblasts like synovicosites are involved in joint destruction and inflammation. Epigenin is known to induce reactive oxygen species, that is ROS production, and cause apoptosis through oxidative stress activated extracellular signaling regulated kinase, that is ERK1 or 2 pathway in fibroblast like synoviocytes. In addition to this, intake of epigenin has immune modulating effects triggered by tumor necrosis factor alpha, that is TNF alpha, in rheumatoid arthritis. Second is anti-inflammatory. Epigenin decreases cell death and control the inflammatory immune response in affected areas. Epigenin can block cellular processes that cause infectious endocarditis. Epigenin can prevent inflammation in the colon by blocking signaling pathways. Epigenin suppresses the release of nitric oxide, prostaglandin, E2, inducible nitric oxide synthase, and increases Th2 cytokines. Now third property is anti-cancer. Cyclooxygenase 2 is an enzyme that helps tumor formation. Epigenin decreases tumor formation by blocking COX2, that is cyclooxygenase 2, from functioning normally. Epigenin blocks GLUT1, which is elevated in head and neck cancers. Epigenin in combination with chrysin causes cell death and prevents metastasis in human breast and liver cancer cells. Epigenin prevents colorectal cancer cell growth, invasion and migration. Epigenin delayed breast cancer tumor growth by preventing cell cycle progression. Fourth is anti-obesity effect. Epigenin increases NAD+ levels and benefits glucose and fat regulation. Epigenin may decrease blood pressure, heart weight index and free fatty acid levels. Fifth is neuroprotective effects. Epigenin glucopyranoside, that is a subtype of epigenin, improves neurological outcomes, increases surviving neurons and decreases the amount of dead tissue. Epigenin might show improvements in memory and learning deficits as well as better function in the brain derived neurotrophic factor, that is BDNF pathway, which is related to learning and memory. Epigenin improves depression caused by cortisol treatments and reduces anxiety. Now sixth is its role in diabetes control. In diabetic condition, high blood sugar levels are counteracted by epigenin exposure. Epigenin changes a glucose transporter, which then changes the rate of sugar which is metabolized in the blood. Long term epigenin helps with lowering total cholesterol, fatty acid, hepatic function and blood glucose levels while decreasing insulin resistance. Epigenin can improve sugar and fat metabolism. It has some toxicity effects. Now let us see what are these toxicity effects. Epigenin can become toxic in higher doses. Too much exposure to epigenin can lead to liver damage. Now, let us conclude, learners. Apigenin is being used by humans in the form of plant extract for the treatment of number of disorders and inflammatory conditions until its discovery as a core compound. Apigenin, chemically known as 4,5,7 trihydroxyflavone, is a yellow crystalline powder belonging to the flavone class, that is the aglycone of several naturally occurring glycosides. It is insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents. Numerous pharmacological activities including anti-inflammatory, anti-toxicant, anti-cancer, etc. are attributed to apigenin. Based on the in vivo and in vitro and clinical trial studies suggested that apigenin is a potent therapeutic agent to overcome diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune disorders, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease and various types of cancers. Delayed plasma clearance and slow decomposition in liver increases its systemic bioavailability and makes it strong therapeutic agent in pharmaceutical studies. Thank you.